a 30-minute functional strength training class today. Make sure you have read the participant waiver before you start today. And I will explain a little bit about what I mean by functional strength. So it's going to be definitely a lower intensity class than what we've kind of been doing. It's going to be kind of designed to bridge that gap between what we're doing in the gym and what we're doing just kind of in everyday life. Sort of like some mobility and flexibility things, moving through positions in a controlled way to control your body and get that strength and stability as well. So you can kind of feel what muscles are working and activating as you're going through those motions, you know, like as you're doing your squats or your shoulder presses or that kind of thing, feeling what muscles are working and how those kind of translate into everyday kinds of things that you do. And then it's going to do some stability stuff along with strength. It's not going to be quite as much of a high intensity class. So the strength is going to be really controlled. Like I said, lots of slower movements. And this is kind of my favorite thing to do. So it should be kind of fun. Again, we will do some weightlifting, but it won't be a lot. It'll be mostly body weight kind of stuff. Sort of like more of a recovery session versus the higher intensity things. Hopefully we can prevent you guys from getting some injuries, which a lot of times are improper warm-ups or like a moment of a lack of stability or mobility. Like you're walking and you roll your ankle, something like that. Or you tweak your back as you're reaching for something. So hopefully we can help prevent that. So with that, let's get started with a little bit of a mobility circuit. So, also what you're going to need today, you're going to need some sort of weight and then a chair as well. So starting with our mobility, we're going to start with an inchworm. This is just going to kind of get the blood flowing and get your body moving. So legs are nice and straight. We're going to walk out to a high plank. From here, we're going to do a couple of push-ups. So we're going to lower all the way down. I want you to bring your hands back, release off the ground, and then full range. You're going to push all the way up. You can also go from your knees here. Going down, pushing up from your knees. We're going to do one more push-up. Nice and controlled strength. Walk it back in. Back up to the top. So like I said, lots of slow, controlled movements. Remember to breathe through everything as well. With straight legs, you're going to walk out to that plank. 2 full range of push-ups here, all the way down. All the way back up. 1 more push-up. And walk it back in. Do 1 more in from out. All the way down. All the way up. 1 more push-up. You're going to bring your left foot forward to your hand. You're going to feel these hips stretching out. Your hips are oftentimes a lot of root of other pain. So like knee pain, low back pain can be associated with hips being tight. So it's a great place to start. You can twist your chest up, left arm, way up to the sky. Take a few breaths here. Good. Back out to our plank. Other knee is going to come in, so your right foot to your right hand. If that's not a clean step, that's okay. Then we're going to twist that right arm up to the ceiling. Couple breaths here. Good. Back to our plank. Walk it back in. And so 1 more in from out. I'm going to bring that left knee in. Feel those hips stretching. You can kind of push this knee in, twist your body. Reaching that left arm high. 2 breaths here. Left foot comes back. Right foot comes forward. If you kind of have to nudge that foot up there, that's all right. Couple breaths. Push that outside knee in. Twisting your upper body. Reaching that right hand way up high. You should feel that twist through your back, as well as your hips stretching out. Try to keep this back leg pretty. If not, you can drop it down to the ground. Good. Alrighty. Now from here, I'm gonna reach back like a down dog. Reach towards that toe or that knee. That shin I can't quite reach. Couple reps on each side. The reaching hand to opposite knee or opposite foot. Back to plank. Nice and slow. Pushing those heels down. Reaching back. Opposite hand, opposite knee. Back to plank. Take moments to breathe and go at your own pace. I'm going to do 2 more each side. Good. Feel those arms and the legs start to work. Stabilize you. I'm even starting to shake a little. Good. We'll take 2 push-ups here. All the way down. All the way up. And 1 more. Good. All right, take a break, relax for a second. So you should feel a stability in your arms. It is much harder to kind of hold those movements. Like if you do push-ups, you can do rep after rep, but if you go really slow, it makes them a lot harder. All right. So grab a drink if you need it. We'll get started on our next circuit. Okay, so next step is when we're going to grab our chair. Mostly for now, it's just going to be for kind of stability. We're going to be doing some balance things on 1 foot, and then we will squat to it later. So you're going to grab your chair. We're going to start, let's say, on our right foot. So I guess the inside leg to your chair, your opposite knee is going to come up in the air. Just going to hang out there for a second. And if you can stand without using that chair, that's fine. If you feel like you need it, try not to grip it. Almost just sort of put a finger on it. Once your brain know it's there, you can keep that stability. A couple seconds here, holding that. Chest is nice and tall. Squeezing this glute that's down. So start to feel this quad and that hip flexor. Good. So we're going to do some kind of controlled articular rotations here with our hip. So picking that 1 foot back, up on the side here, so you can see it. So knees down, pull that heel towards your glute, and then you're going to pull that knee up and out, rotate around, back to that starting position. So kind of keeping that knee bent, out to the side. Almost like if there was something here and you wanted to pick your knee up, go all the way over it without moving that upper body too much. We're gonna do about 5 more here. I'm trying to hold that up the whole time. You can do it without touching, great. I'm gonna touch. So pulling that knee back, out, pull it around so you should feel this, that rotation in your hip here. Back down. Good. You'll start to feel this hip down here. It keeps you nice and stable. Good. I think I've got 2 more here. Good. All right, shake it out for a second. You'll feel this hip down here. All right. And then we're going to do some holds on this side before we switch to the other side. So holding that same knee up, locking out this hip. Kind of push that hip forward just a little bit, kind of help engage all these muscles. You know, people say about glute activation. All right, so we're going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to squat down just slightly, as much as you're comfortable, and back up. So it's not like we're doing a full pistol squat here. A little bit of a squat, making sure that knee isn't going too far forward. Here from the side. Little squat. And back up. We'll do 8 or so, keeping that knee up. So if you want to pin yourself, you can watch that knee. Making sure you're staying nice and aligned. Go 3. Down a little squat 2. And 1. Good. All right. Shake that out. I'm gonna flip my chair to the other side. So my left foot is on the ground. My right foot is ready to move. Again, holding a little bit. Gonna hang out here for just a little bit. Feeling that hip engage. Feeling your front knee, that hip flexor. Pull your toe up. Your toes go up, your knee will follow. Again, good posture here. Holding if you can, if you want to challenge yourself, get some balance. Also, I definitely recommend without shoes. You'll feel your feet in the ground more. All right, so we're going to do that controlled articular rotation again, or hip car. So pulling that knee down, knee still bent, out to the side, around to the front. Good. Again, making sure your chest stays nice and tall. You're going to want to go like this. Doesn't matter how high this knee gets out here. If it's only here, that's all right. We're working on it. Let's go 5 more. Nice and slow and controlled movements. To breathe. 2. And last one here. Good. All right, shake it out for a second. And then we're going to do our hold and our little squats. This is my stronger side. Oftentimes our bodies are a little bit imbalanced, so I'm more stable on my left side, which means my right is a little bit more mobile. So holding that right knee up. Oftentimes what we lack in mobility, we make up for in stability, and vice versa. So we're going to do this here. Knee up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And we're going to go 8 little mini squats. Again, holding if you can. Not a terribly deep squat. Feel your quad and your glute trying to stabilize you. If your ankle isn't quite as mobile as you want it to be, don't squat down quite as far. I'm gonna do 3 more. Good. All right, shake that out a little bit. So the next little circuit that we're going to do is going to be our strength circuit. So we are going to use our chair and squat to it. So you can go and use your weight for this. So when you're sort of, either if you know how to squat or if you're just learning how to squat, squatting down to a chair can be really helpful for engaging the proper muscles. So what we're going to do is you're going to squat down to the chair, take a pause, and then stand up. And then at the top, we're going to do a shoulder press. We're going to do 10 reps of that total. So very slowly reaching down. Pause for a sec. Up. Shoulder press up. All right. So slowly lowering down. And I don't want you to just take a seat. Keep everything in control as you're touching down, holding, and then we're going to press back up for 2. Slowly lowering down. 3. Think about really pushing your hips back and finding the chair. 4. 5. Notice how my knees are coming a little bit forward, but they're not going way far past my toes. 5. I think 5. Slow and control. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good. All right. So opposite that, we're going to do a plank. Just going to move your chair away. Just move in front of your mat. Totally up to you. So we're going to do a plank for 30 seconds. And at the end of that, we're going to do scapular movements. So at the end of our 30 seconds, we're going to go 5, moving our shoulders up and then sinking back down. All right, so here we go. So our plank for 30 seconds here. In 3, 2, ready, and go. Nice look on your elbows. Core's nice and tight, back's nice and straight. Remember to breathe. Good work, you guys. All right, so you're going to push up and down through your shoulders. In 2, 1, and go. So kind of feel your shoulder blade moving across your rib cage. And 5. Good. All right, we're going to bring it back to our squats. Do our 10 squats. That's 10 pushes. Nice and controlled. Take a deep breath. Find that happy spot of your distance from your chair. Step down. And back up. 1. Nice and controlled. 2. 3. Just a little tap down. And we're not sitting all the way. 4. 5. 6. 7, 8. If you need to put a cushion or a pillow, you're not quite ready to squat that far yet, you're not quite so comfortable, that can add a little bit of help too. And 10. All right, we're gonna go back to our plank. So again, 30-second plank with our 5 scapular retractions at the end. Couple seconds here. All right, in 3, 2, 1, hand up. All right, in 3, 2, 1, up and down. 1, 2, again, nice and slow. 3, 4, and 5. Good. All right, take a little rest here. We've got kind of one more thing to do. Just a couple of abs, and then we'll be done for the day. So what we're going to do, first one is going to be a side plank. We'll go both sides, but you're going to go from your knees. So on your elbow, but on your knee. Again, nice and straight though. That knee should still be in line with this shoulder. And we're going to go for 30 seconds here, pulling our foot up. And at the end, we're going to do a couple of pulses with our foot. All right, a couple seconds here. And 3, 2, 1, and up. Reaching nice for the sky. Your elbow stacked under your shoulders. Nice and straight. Knee is nice and straight with your shoulder. It's your forearm. Good work, guys. All right, in 3, 2, 1, up and down little pulses with that foot. Put something in the chair. 2, 1, and done. Good. All right, we're going to switch sides. Show the side you didn't do. Couple seconds here. All right, in 3, 2, 1, and up on that knee. Check your shoulders. Make sure they're stacked nicely. You should be feeling this hip is down. We're gonna breathe. Two, 1, and little pulses. Sure those hips are forward. And rest. Good. All right, last one we're going to do here is going to be a dead bug. We're going to do 10 on each side. So laying on your back, belly button to the ground, your hands are up, your knees are up. Opposite hand, opposite foot. We're going to reach straight down and straight back up. So go at your own pace. We're going to do 10 on each side. 20 total, however you want to think about it. Sure that low back is not arching. Again, nice and slow. So wherever you're at. and 10. Good. All right, guys. That's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for joining me. Again, my name is Liz with Exos. This has been a 30-minute functional strength training session. I hope you come back and see me again sometime.